Welcome to Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. My name is Doug, and today I have a really yummy summer dessert. I know you're going to love it because it's super easy to make and it's no bake. So, how awesome is that? So, stay tuned. First thing we want to do is we want to use 1 stick of butter. That's 8 tablespoons. And we're going to melt it in this small saucepan. Now, we are going to be using this for the crust. You don't want to burn your butter, of course. So low to medium flame is fine. You don't want to put it on a high flame. Keep that in mind. Okay. So I'm going to turn that off now, and the heat is just going to melt the rest of that butter. Now let's move on to our whipped cream. Okay, so for my whipped cream, I'm going to be using 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. And I'm just putting it in this medium bowl here. We're going to add 2 tablespoons at first. I might be making it 3 of confectioner's sugar. Now you can use, I'm using heaping. Now you can use, let's just do 3. You can use granulated sugar, but I think with the confectioner's sugar, it doesn't make it so grainy, I guess, if that's the word. I'm going to be using half a teaspoon of vanilla. This is pure vanilla. I had a whole lemon, and what I did was I did lemon zest, so I used my zester. So this is lemon zest of about half a lemon. I used the other half because we're going to be adding that to our cake mixture. So what I want to do now with this is just you're going to beat that up on high. Okay, that looks good. Now we're going to move on to our crust, and we're going to put that whipped cream in the refrigerator. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is get, you're going to use some graham crackers, honey graham crackers. I'm just using this one, the Nabisco brand. And I'm using 16 of these, and I'm just kind of break it up coarsely in my food processor. We're just going to pulse it. That looks good. And I'm also adding to that a 1/4 cup of pecans. It's going to be mixed in. Then what I'm going to do is place it in this bowl. And it's okay if, you know, if your pecans is a little chunky. It doesn't have to be finely ground or anything like that. Kind of tastes good when it has a little chunk of that. So to this, I'm adding, this is 1/3 cup of granulated sugar. And you just want to stir that in. And then this is when we're going to add the butter to it. This is our melted butter. And you just want to stir all that together, make it nicely combined. So I have my 9x13 baking dish here, and I'm just gonna pour that in here, and I'm just gonna press down with my fingers. And we are gonna put this in the refrigerator for 30 minutes to let it set. Now, something else, while that's in the refrigerator too, we're gonna be adding fruit to this cake. So I'm using blueberries and raspberries. And I'm using approximately a cup of each, maybe just a little bit less, let's say 3/4 of a cup. And I added some sugar to it, and we're also going to put that in the refrigerator, okay? So let me put this in the refrigerator now. Okay, so now we're gonna make the mixture, and what we need for the mixture is 1 8-ounce block of Philadelphia cream cheese that has been softened. We are using 1 cup of confectioner's sugar, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, we have our whipped cream, and we're going to be using just about 1/4 of it. So before I do that, I'm actually going to mix my cream cheese first. Going to add, like I said, about 1/4 of the whipped cream, because we're going to need the rest of the whipped cream to top the cake. I'm using 3.4 ounce of Jell-O French vanilla pudding mix. And I'm just going to add that to this bowl here. And you can just follow the directions. It says to use 2 cups of milk. But what I'm going to do is I'm adding 1 cup of coconut milk. And I'm just going to stir that together. Make sure there's no clumps. I'm going to use a whisk. Just whisk that up. It's going to be thick. You're going to let it sit for a few minutes. We are going to be adding this mixture to our cream cheese mixture. That tastes yummy. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to add that pudding mixture, the French vanilla, to the cream cheese. I'm just going to mix that together on a high speed. And the final step is we have, remember the lemon zest? We have the other half of that lemon zest. I'm going to add it to that. Once that is done, we have approximately 15 minutes. So I'm going to put the rest of the whipped cream in the refrigerator along with this. We're going to chill this, and then we're going to take everything out in 15 minutes and arrange our cake. Now don't forget, we're going to be adding fruit to this too, so stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to start fixing up our cake here. So I'm just getting the pudding mix. And what I usually like to do is I like to put it in the middle and then the 4 corners and just spread it out. So this way I know every section has the mixture. Okay, so I'm going to start spreading that out. And this is, like I said, a great little summer dessert. It's quick. It's not hard. Really only takes about 30 minutes because you have to wait for the crust. But it has fruit, has all these yummy flavors, and it's just a really nice summer dessert. Okay, perfect. Looks great. Very nice. Now we're going to add our fruit. Now our fruit, remember, our fruit was in the refrigerator and it had some sugar on it. And how you do this part is really up to you. I'm just going to just like toss them here and there and everywhere. If you wanted to do something fancy, the only thing is the whipped cream is going to be on top, so you really won't see it. As long as every little area has some berry to it. And then you want to fill up the areas that did not get any raspberries with some blueberry. See how pretty? Looks great. Okay. And now for our whipped cream. Now, if you didn't want to make your own whipped cream, you could also use Cool Whip. Okay. So, and we're just going to have a very kind of like a thin layer of the whipped cream. So it's a very thin layer of the whipped cream. Just like I said, you want those berries to show underneath. Now, could you do whipped cream and then put the berries on top? Yeah, you can do that too. This is just a little dessert I made up that I thought was tasty and a very nice little summer dessert. There you go. That's how easy it is. Now for a taste test. Okay, let's give it a taste test. Mmm. 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 That's so good. So good. Couple of things. After you put it together, I would put it in the refrigerator, let it cool, probably for another 30 minutes or so. You can eat it just like I did right now. It's just gonna be, the flavors will be better, especially if you leave it overnight. But if you leave it overnight, it's gonna be more compact, and when you cut into it, it's gonna look a little bit nicer than what I just did, but I couldn't wait. I had to take a bite. Mmm. 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 I love the crust with the little pecans in it. So good. A couple of other things. If you wanted to add more fruit, you could definitely add more fruit. If you wanted to add more whipped cream, you could definitely add more whipped cream. It's one of these easy desserts, very versatile. You could do a lot of things with. Anyway, but this is really good. Quick little dessert for summertime. Thank you so much for joining us on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas today. Remember, if you want that homey vibe, you need to subscribe, and please give this video a like. Until next time, my friends, happy healthy living. Bye-bye.